All right, so I'll get into my hand explanation then.
Rolls to. Oh, you
yeah,
already did.
yeah,
You already did.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
All right, so here is my hand. I think that you guys will enjoy this hand. It's good. It's pretty good. I don't think I need to explain this hand. It's pretty good. It's got this. It's got that. It's got some of that.
A little bit of this.
A little bit of that. So we're gonna keep it and just assume that things go well. And all right, go ahead, Pax.
All right. Well, let's see. Here's my hand. I feel like I have a strong curve. I got lands. My general is a Voltron general, so I got a card to play every turn. Yeah, we're just gonna try and roll out. Hope we do some Autobots. Autobot rolling out. Yep. Go, Brandon.
Cool. All right, so then we're gonna come to me, and let me show you what trash looks like. Good, good, bad, 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 good. So based off of this and that, and not what I wanted to see in that, I expect a very sad, slow game from this deck. Mind you, there are 38 lands in this deck, so I shouldn't have this problem. Shouldn't. But as everyone knows on the stream, I have a statistical problem with lands, and it's haunted me from birth, playing Magic, to now, and it still happens. So we'll see how this really goes. I'm gonna predict that I'm not gonna win.
Can I blind guess a card in your hand?
Okay, go.
And if I guess,
you can open your eyes.
If I guess a card from your hand,
I will literally hand it to you in this opening hand.
Is Bygone Bishop?
No.
All right, worth a shot.
Okay. I don't even run that in this deck.
All right, worth a shot. All right, so we'll start it off here.
And the game begins.
Draw my card for the turn. It's a pretty good card here, so I'll play an island.
Nice.
And I'll pass the turn.
Draw. Land.
So yes, all of my basic
Commander.
lands are
Oviya.
proxied with Pokemon energy.
Pashiri.
Nice.
Pass.
I'm going to play a Terramorphic Expanse and crack it.
Right, if you guys are confused, that Pokemon Island out there is actually like Jaamal is proxying all of his basics with Pokemon energy, which I think is really cool, and it makes Mike angry.
Yeah. And we love it.
Nobody even knows who Mike is. That's just like an inside joke between
Yeah.
Jaamal.
Fuck you, Mike!
That's pretty good. I will play a mountain. And I will pass the turn.
Untap draw. Ho! Do I want to put that out right now? I'm not sure. I guess it kind of does things at the same speed at the end. We're going to get out Lotus Cobra, and I'm going to say Brandon is odd. Yeah. It is an even. Yeah. I will attack Jaamal for 1.
Yeah, I fucking hate you, Paxton, you little bitch. You a bitch. You attack me with Oviya,
player
you
1,
a bitch.
player 4.
You a bitch. Hey, Paxton, little bitch, he a bitch. He a bitch.
Okay, go.
I wish I had some games, but I ain't got no lands.
At the end of your upkeep, I'm going to basic land cycle and Ash Barrens.
Okay. Put down a mountain and pass turn.
I'm gonna get a mountain. Oh god. So I hate these. So just as a heads up, I hate these fucking sleeves. I need to get new ones for this deck.
Always get matte sleeves.
I thought that these were matte sleeves. These are just glossy dragon shields. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
None of us do. Actually, you know what's funny is that same exact color and that same exact sleeve is what I had for Mizzix originally.
I don't like how they call matte matte. Like, matte should be corrugated. You know what I mean?
Or ruffled.
Or roughly, yeah. It's got texture. That's not matte.
Or concrete.
Dragon Shield matte sleeves are by far my favorite sleeves.
Yeah, they're pretty dope. KMCs used to be the best, but they were outdone by the competitors.
I'm gonna pass the turn.
I'm gonna untap and draw. Hey.
And
land. Add a mana.
Assuming these guys aren't looking at the stream, if you guys can see this at all, these are one of the proxied cards I was talking about. It's got this name down here. It's got the name of the card down here at the bottom.
Attack Jaamal for 1. Attack Brandon for 2.
You a bitch.
Oh,
You
okay.
son of a bitch.
That's fair.
Damage 1, 2.
That's why I'm
One.
playing with full art lands to make easier
One.
recognition of
I'm
mana.
gonna get 2 counters on Jitte. Pass.
So Gendo, so it's not that I don't
Reflecting
have...
pool.
Cool. It's not that I don't have basic lands.
Pass turn.
This is really like the aesthetic that, because wow, speaking of lands. So we're gonna tap for 4 and play an Everflowing Chalice on 2. And we'll pass the turn.
Untap, draw. Give me a land, baby. It's not.
Baby.
Give me a land,
Baby. I would really love some unhinged lands. They are... Oh, so in the new unset, they're doing the land cycle again.
So behind, oh well, there's 2 of them. So those are some John Avon from the Unhinged,
Those are really nice.
or I should say Unglued.
I'm
And
gonna-
then I think Jeff has a full art Plains foil Unhinged.
Ooh, nice. I'm going to tap this for 2 colorless mana. And that'll be...
Solid.
I have kept a very slow hand on purpose. Just to
There's
see.
a Smuggler's Copter. That's what I want to play. Combat. Jaamal with Oviya and Brandon with the Cobra.
Yep.
Damage.
That
We're
happens.
gonna pump by +4/+4. So Jaamal take 5 and Brandon take 2.
You still a bitch.
And pass.
Oh wow, look at that. More shit I can't play. I'm gonna play Temple of the False Dog. And then a Legionnaire's Initiative. Pass turn.
So now we've got some mana.
Oh yeah, the new, is it Undone? I thought it was Unstable is what they're calling it. But yeah, the new lands that are coming out in the new unset are freaking amazing looking. They always are. The unsets are great. I might like I never buy boxes of product, but I'm definitely gonna buy a couple of this new unset just so I can have those damn sick cards to chuckle over and rub my dick on. Just
Oh.
get them all soggy with dick sweat.
Oh.
Yeah, Unglued are definitely the best. They're very flavorful. Full of flavor. Put them in your mouth.
Oh. Okay then. Understood.
So I'm gonna pay 5 here for this is a Gilded Lotus. I promise that I own one, but as you can see, it says right there, Gilded Lotus. We all know what that card does, right?
Isn't it Gilded Lotus 6?
No,
Gilded
it's
Lotus
5.
is 5.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And then for 5, I'm going to play a Paradox Engine. Would have loved to do that in a different order, but the mana wouldn't have allowed for it. So I'm
Nice.
gonna pass the turn here.
Hey. Let's untap. And a draw.
I think that most of the cards here are here in Razaketh, so I'm actually gonna go look for that while Paxton is doing his stuff here.
Nice.
Play an equip Mask of Memory. Go to combat. Creatures out?
Nope.
None.
None.
Nope.
Jamal.
Yeah,
In
dude.
for 5.
Yep.
At Brandon for 2.
Yep.
And I'm going to draw 2 cards and discard a card. Discard that Vengevine. Play a Forest Return. I'm going to create a mana off of the Cobra. Going to cast Lightning Greaves.
Nice.
Pass.
Wow. Still can't do anything.
Just deep proxying here on stream, don't mind me.
I'm gonna cage to the rocks your commander.
Do I want to scoop it? Interesting. Can I, Cage to the Rocks is,
O-ring.
yeah, I will, scoop it to my command zone.
Pass turn.
Sad boys.
Yeah.
Blue, blue, 2 colorless. I would like a Lotus Cobra with clone. And I'll untap all these.
Why are you gonna change rocks to my commander when he has Paradox Engine out?
Because he doesn't know what this deck does.
Yeah.
I'll,
Look at you go, Brandon. Look
I'll-
at you go.
I'll make 1 blue and 3 red. I'll play my commander.
He has
untap
Paradox
this,
Engine and Gilded Lotus out.
and I will pass the turn.
I'm like trying to diligently beat down the Storm deck. And he's just like, well, I'll just remove your
Hey, this isn't a
attacker."
storm
It
deck.
says any one color.
Yes, I got blue because this is a Lotus Cobra. So this enters the battlefield as blue, and that was 3 red.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, fortunately I drew land. So we got 1, 2, 3. Oviya. How about that Jitte? How about that Masco Memore?
Oh, sorry, continue.
Lightning Greaves. Response?
You're a butt.
Face.
Blockers? He has them.
0.
Lotus Cobra, Mizzix.
Lotus Cobra and Mizzix.
Because he spent those counters to beef up his commander when he swings. That's why it doesn't have more.
Crew up Copter. Combat. Copter at Brandon.
Okay, take it.
And in comes Oviya at Jaamal.
For how much?
I'm thinking. I'm wondering if I want to. I do want to connect. That's the thing.
You could Jitte minus out the other 2.
I'm gonna minus out the clone.
Okay.
So let's go to blockers.
So how big is she?
She's just a 1/2.
You get 3 counters on the Jitte.
I'm gonna get counters when damage happens.
Oh,
They have
that's right.
blockers.
That's right.
She's a 1/2.
She's a 1/2.
And you only get counters when you deal combat damage to me?
Combat damage
player.
in general. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage,
Oh, there you
comma, you get your trigger. There's 1 counter on it right now.
So this means that if I block it, if I block, Mizzix dies. If I don't, he gets counters anyways, and then Mizzix dies. Am I right?
Pretty much, yeah. You're screwed. It's shit there.
I'll just block with Mizzix then.
Yeah, I will pump, and Mizzix will die.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna get my counters. Damage to Brandon is 3.
I can at least prevent some damage. that
I
way.
will loot.
So it'd be really cool if we could like
Force to the graveyard? I think so.
draw real cards now.
What else is out? Well, Jaamal isn't dead. That makes me scared. Go ahead.
What, Paxton? It's not like I can just win the game.
Next turn, yeah, right?
like if I draw the right card, it's done. It's over.
Yeah, right?
Pass turn.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm like Jaamal is the Oliphant and I'm the Rider of Rohan, and my king is shouting at me to bring that bitch down. Bring it down. Bring
Pass
it
the
down.
turn.
I'm not dead. Hey. Untap.
As if I've got any experience counters.
You might.
I am getting some very poor draws, unfortunately.
Oh, really? That must really suck in this game. Yeah, I totally feel you.
Narcissism.
What is narcissism?
I can.
Oh, narcissism.
Yeah, you want to counter that.
Yeah, that's not a card.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna win.
Yeah, that's not a card.
Negate.
Yes. Negate. Experience counter.
You cast a spell, by the way.
Experience counter. Oh.
There you go.
I have 1 blue mana floating. Let that be known.
Let me think. 1, 2. I could. Yeah, that doesn't seem bad. Let's Court of Calling where X equals 2.
I don't have enough negates. He is running away with this game because he could just kill my commander
I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't call that running away.
all the
Viridian
time.
Viridian Zealot. But we're gonna go through the rest here. Pretty sure Viridian Zealot is how I just not. That's how I don't just lose to Paradox Engine. Pretty much.
Wait, I'm sorry. 1 second. What does Court of Calling do?
Search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less. Put it onto the battlefield.
Where X is 2?
X is 2.
Currently, X is 2.
X is always going to be 2 right now. Yeah, Viridian Zealot.
What does he do?
I can sacrifice him to destroy target artifact or enchantment, and he is a 2/1.
Costs 2 mana to do that though, right?
It does, and I'm tapped out. So you don't have to worry about that till next turn. Kill Mizzix. Copter.
Who wants to make bets that I draw a land next turn?
Jaamal, cut this.
I would love to draw a land next turn. Just give me your land. Even though I don't need blue, just give me your fucking land.
Swing at Jaamal and Brandon.
Okay.
Jaamal takes 1.
Yep, do your worst.
Brandon takes 3.
I am at 13 commander damage.
Yeah, you have 8 commander life left.
When did that happen?
Well, I've been just continuously swinging at you with Oviya every turn. I will do trigger, draw 2, discard 1.
Paxton is up against a mana screwed and a mana flooded opponent.
It's a hard knock life
Yeah,
for Paxton.
right? Poor guy.
Then I'll loot.
I could really go for some land right now.
I mean, you've got 2, 3, 4, 5,
No.
6.
1, 2, 3.
I don't know.
Can't activate.
Oh, sorry. I thought the
It's chained in the rocks.
Yeah, okay.
Pass turn.
I thought that was a land.
Fuck. Pass turn. All my lands are in a brick somewhere.
Cool. Whoa, dude. Oh, that's really brutal. It's tempting to scoop because I want to get a real game in before we leave.
This is the last game.
Yeah.
Make it count.
This is. I mean, I guess I'll just 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Say go.
End step. Mizzix dies.
Mm.
Untap draw. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Paxton, you know you win, right?
Yeah, I know I won. I'm just gonna. Do you want me to play this out?
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
Nissa World Waker plus. Untap 4 forests.
I mean,
Like, if I had one land, this game would change.
if there's a way out, technically, it just depends.
Do you want me to find out? if
No.
it's worth-
Let's
okay.
play it out. Let's see.
Eternal Witness.
Mm-hmm.
Narcissism is back in my hand. Soccer Tribe Elder. Vengevine Trigger. Corrupt Copter. Combat. These creatures. Brandon.
Yep.
Jaamal.
Yep.
So, damage. Jaamal takes 1. Brandon takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Hot.
Draw 2.
Don't forget to minus my 1 life.
Oh yeah. Discard. Loot. Pass the turn.
Oh, love of fucking God. Pass turn.
All right. Something cool.
I'm playing like racquetball against the wall right now with you guys. Like,
I'll tell you what, give me a land.
So I drew a Pyretic Ritual.
hey, mana's good. You got lots of it. You got your Paradox Engine. You
I'm
can make so much mana.
gonna be 100% honest
You
with you.
could-
I've got Pyretic Ritual and Reverberate and another land.
Wow. Yeah, you could draw an instant in sorcery and just go fucking ham on that one.
Except that I drew the instant or sorcery that I drew was Pyretic Ritual. So yeah, I'm not really in this game.
I'm not in this game.
Yeah, this is frustrating and insult-inducing.
Okay, I'll tell you what. If the next card I have is a land, I will stay in.
I mean, I'm gonna pass because I mean all that's gonna happen is Mizzix is gonna die, and you're about to.
Okay, it's not a land. It's gonna be a while before I. Oh my God.
Is that a forfeit I hear? Is that forfeiting?
Next card for me was a land. Oh, and then it was a mystical tutor.
They forfeited.
Yeah, we
Oh.
forfeited.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
My God.
Oviya
Okay.
claims victory. Oviya
One,
and her
two,
secret garden
three,
full of
four,
metal
five, six,
tools.
seven,
She claims
eight,
the
9,
world's
10, 11, 12,
sloppiest.
13. I have 13 draws before I get my first land.
Wow. How many lands did you have out?
1, 2, 3, 4.
What did you have in your hand?
A whole fuck house if I had one land.
You could have. Oh wow. You had 4 lands in play.
Yeah, but one of them's a Temple of the False Dog, so it doesn't activate until I get that 4th land.
Oh shit! So you only had 3 mana to work with?
Yep.
Yikes.
But I was gonna bring the fuck house
Oh, you could have played extra planar lens.
So
and limit the amount of lands I have. No.
What-
That's a
what-
nice lens,
So
too.
what I don't understand is how I kept a hand with 2 mana rocks and 5 lands, and was punished with more lands.
Yeah, that really sucks. That really does suck.
That's
But that's a pretty hard keep. Like you either have to draw into card advantage or the spells that you need to win. You know what I mean?
well, yeah, but you don't expect to just continue to draw into your. This deck has less than 35 lands.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is a good argument to keep that hand. All right. Good night, Nick. I think that was the last game, so we're just gonna wrap up the stream now.
Wow, what
Yeah.
a shitty way to end that.
Well, it felt
Yeah.
good to me.
I bet it did. Oh, and I had to discard this.
A lot of that game was just the turn 2 Jitte on curve, getting a connection at every turn
Oh my
and
God.
pretty much locking out one guy's commander.
All right, let's be real here.
Bricks of lands.
That my commander was not like Jitte or not. My commander was not relevant.
You'd have to be right in that instance, but who knows? Who knows what you could have pulled off with all that stuff? You were basically a card away from winning. You just needed to draw it. You did happen not to.
No, actually, there was no one card I could have drawn.
Unless it was a card that let you draw cards or wheel, right? Then you would have just gone off. Yeah, let's let you wheel, right? And then you have all the mana in the world to just keep playing things, and that untaps your
And
cards.
it's a very unlikely scenario that you're bringing up there.
So while I have you here, and
Mhm.
while the stream's here, because some people have seen it and some people haven't, let me show you the brand new layout that I designed. So look at the current one. This has been in service for about a year and 6 months. This design. The borders are taken from the modern cards, so I pretty much just went wild with it and made these cool borders. The center has got like the commanders, so you can see who's got what, and then we have our faces, and then on a 4-player view, that whole right bottom corner is filled with obviously another player spot. So this is a design we've had for a year and a half. Now let me show you our new design that is really sick. So this is our new design. Obviously, the chat would disappear after 8 seconds, so it would be blank so that you could see it. So anytime someone responds, it lights up and then disappears. And so what we've done is we've taken the commanders from each one of the cards, we've cut out everything and left them in their corners, and then their names. At the moment, I'll just show you an example. So you see where Perforos is. You see that 40 life counter?
Yeah.
what we do is we actually reverse the color on that and go like that. And so each commander's colors pop out. And same with like where Daxus is below Perforos. You see how it's white?
Nice. This is really awesome.
We actually invert the color again to make it like solid black. So this is how our layout is for each one of these. So this is the new design layout, and it's very modern. So it matches the new modern style of the cards and everything else like that. It's not easy to see, but the MTG Lexicon is actually a video that is on repeat, and it's a molten outer layer.
Is that a House of 1,000 Corpses reference?
Yes.
House of 1,000 Souls?
Yes.
Nice.
So all of this rotates. The music that they listen to, they can see the track info in the center, like who's playing, what the track name is, all that other stuff, and obviously all the other assets that are pulled from here go into there. So it's a really nice setup, and it's like really clean. You get more board state out of it, and all of our faces are superimposed.
Would you be down with me bringing over a USB with some fresh tunes?
As long as it's not copyright, and we have authorization, or it's an open.
That's important.
Yeah.
Have you
So I
have you
could-
considered using like and I know I'm like being Twitch bro here, but things like no copyright sounds or Monster Cat for like those EDM junkies?
So we thought about it, but we don't want to fill the stream with just straight EDM music. Having the variety is like really good. Like at the moment, we've got like one of my friends from the office. He gave us full permission over his stuff, and so he plays like this weird style of music that's kind of fun. And then we've got like Jeff, who is able to get Rare Nnudes label to give us all their stuff off of Bandcamp and whatnot. And so we have all the Rare Nnude stuff, and he's given us the license to use it, so we don't get flagged for it. The biggest issue is when we get flagged, people get hit with like, this is a copyright, so now you need a commercial on the front of it and stuff like that. And then we have to deal with all the
Yeah.
copyright shit. So we do stuff, and like, this is like one of the guys' stuff, and it's just very like, I don't know, transit.
I've got a friend who's a lo-fi hip hop producer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that he'd be more than willing to provide some tunes.
As long as we don't have to deal with copyright.
Oh no, absolutely no. He's totally indie. I'm sure he'd be completely up for it.
Oh, okay, cool. Then yes, we would welcome it 100%.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you very much for inviting me into your home and onto the stream. This was a ton of fun. I really genuinely love doing stuff like this, like anything with like that has to do with Twitch or the streaming industry in general. It's one of my low-key passions that I am nowhere near driven enough to actually chase. So again, I really appreciate this opportunity. I'd be super duper willing to come back like anytime.
Yeah, just Tuesdays. If you can do Tuesdays would be great. One of the best things about the Tuesdays is it allows for other formats. So Saturday we focus on EDH specifically, and Tuesdays gives us an opportunity to kind of just play other shit, so people get an opportunity to see the other formats and how it goes. And like when we first started, Paxton and I started with Standard and Modern.
And then we had some Pauper games.
Yeah, some of the Pauper games were really fun. So we don't just focus on just EDH on Tuesdays.
Although that's what we were doing tonight. Just
right.
'cause
And well,
have a
we didn't
relaxing
stream last
night.
weekend. I was out, Matt was out, Nick was out, and Jeff was out. All four of the hosts were not anywhere near the house.
So unfortunately, while I do have my one Standard deck, it is coming out of rotation.
That's fine.
So I'm probably not going to be able to play Standard for a while. The only format that I'm ever ready for at the drop of a pin is EDH. So if you guys are ever doing EDH on Tuesdays, or if you ever want to make room for that, let me know.
And you can tweak your Standard deck so that it can be more suitable.
Yeah.
Typically when we do Standard, it's like 1v1. We make sure it's pretty engaging. We talk about the things that we do, why we do it, and how it plays into the rest of the deck, so people get to see it, because it's more than just like whack, 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 whack.
No.
Like a bunch of cards that people can't
he was telling me about it last time. When I was much more into Standard. I was very into Standard during this last cycle, and Paxton wanted me to come over to show off my Ramanop Red. Unfortunately, that never happened. Maybe we'll get to do it someday.
And you know
there's
what?
1,000.
Even if the cards rotate, we can still play it once or twice so people can see what it was. And it also gives them a chance to say, hey, look, this card's come out. You should totally swap it out, and give you good ideas. It's always great to bounce more ideas off of more people, especially with
sure.
card knowledge and stuff like that. Like my deck, I'll show it to you in a little bit, but I think I've got like a handful of cards I got to change out, but with the new set coming out, I am totally like ready to change these cards out because it's just going to make it even better. And it's already really annoying and obnoxious, and I can't wait to make it even more annoying and obnoxious.
Yeah. So the mod's name was Nick, right?
Yes.
So Nick, it's not necessarily so Ramanomp Red isn't losing a lot on the rotation, but what's unfortunate is that because I'm not a big money spender, obviously, I don't have a lot of the stronger high end cards. The Chandras, the extra Hazarets, etc. So losing my low end stuff like Falcon Wrath Gorger, I run a play set of Village Messenger in place of some of my higher end cards. I'm losing, and I also run a one of the Handwire combo, Handwire Garrison and Handwire Battlements. Right. So I'm going to be losing 10 to 12 cards on my low end. So I need to figure out a way. There are no 1-drop, 2-drop red creatures that are decent replacements for those creatures right now. At least no creatures. There's not a lot of good hasters in Ixalan, and there's not a lot of good red creatures that can replace them. So what I might be doing is just transitioning it into sort of a burn deck. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah. Get like Lightning Strikes, Kari Zev, Lannery Storm.
Yeah. No. So that's what I was thinking is play set of Shock.
Get a little bit more mid-rangey. You know what I mean? It's still a playable deck though.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Lightning Strikes, Abrades, Magma Sprays, Shocks, all the low end burn stuff. That way I can control and then have the sideboard for options that I can't take care of. No, Nick, I'm not ignoring you. It's a very valid point, but it's just that because of my budget, because of the way that my deck is built, I have to take different considerations in now that it's rotating. Paxton was talking about splashing black. That's definitely something we can do since we're getting the old land cycle back in Ixalan, the check lands. If you have a swamp comes in untapped, really good lands, and they're rather inexpensive. They're only about $1.50 a pop. So I'm not too concerned. It's just gonna be some tweaking. That's all.
I told Paxton when I started building a standard deck, and I told this to Nick too. My whole goal with the standard deck is to make it really good but ultra budget, because I know standard. And I'm not gonna go and spend a shit ton of money on a playset of garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if after rotation it loses all of its value, and then I've just eaten the difference.
What are you looking at in Ixalan that's gonna help you out?
There's a couple of things, but I'm mainly focusing on the instance. Because as you know,
like Opt is going to be huge for you.
It's going to be great. I'm going to start bolstering the shit out of that deck with Opt because it gives me like
not just that, but what's that new blue card that's like draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless you attacked with a creature this turn?
Oh yeah, that too.
That thing's great.
Yeah, it's going to be
a
bolstering my
2-for-1
deck, and I'll show it to you after the stream. But I'm already looking forward to this new set because it's going to be even crazier for the build that I have. I hate to see some of the cards that I have go. But I'm actually kind of happy because the cards that I want to replace them with are going to be cheap, even cheaper than some of the cards that are going to go. Yeah. So it's going to like drop the price of my deck to like $40.
Yeah.
Nice.
So talking about splashing black, I think actually what I might do is replace my 2/1 Falcon Wrath Gorgers with the Dread Wanderers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That would be great.
I think having Dread Wanderers, Cut to Ribbons.
Not just that,
ribbons would
you
be
could
good.
run a playset of Bomat Couriers, and then maybe 1 or 2 of that. Is it Scrap Scrounger?
So that's what I was thinking of splashing black for Dread Wanderers, Cut to Ribbons, and Scrap Heap Scroungers.
Not just that, but there's also it's a 2-mana black creature. I think it's a 3/2, and you can sacrifice an artifact. And it gets +1/+1 counter and gains indestructibility until end of turn. I think Syndicate person.
Syndicate Trafficker.
Yeheni is not a bad option for aggro. I think it's a little bit more mid-rangey. I think it's the Syndicate Trafficker. Look into that.
I probably wouldn't put that in there just because Bomat Courier, its value is not in being
sacked like that.
Its value is in refilling your hand.
But it's still a 2-mana 3/2, which is the curve you want, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's something to look into. But I think if I splash black, I probably wouldn't splash any more than like 4 to 8 cards.
Right, the Dread Wanderers are really the key thing there.
Yeah, because Dread Wanderer is probably the only decent replacement for Falcon Wrath Gorger. Because it's something you want to play on turn 1. It's not something you want to be blocking with, so entering tapped isn't a big deal. You're going to be empty-handed a lot, so you can recur it. But I think that discussion is choking up a bit too much time here at the end of the stream.
So let's go ahead and wrap up. It was great couple of games. The last game was really sad.
Yeah, it happens. That's
on our
magic.
parts, but Paxton got the win out of it, so can't argue with that. We are MTG Lexicon, your dive bar for EDH and other things on Tuesday. And we are here for your filthy, drunken, casual magic content, not just Commander, but magic content. I am one of your hosts, Brandon, a.k.a. the producer.
I am Pax P3. That guy. That guy. It's him. And I'm joined by my buddy.
I am Jaamal Smith, aka RennoDude, and thanks a bunch for having me over here. It was great. It's a lot of fun.
It's great. It's always good to see rotation of new decks and stuff like that. So we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to make it.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds great.
This stream is over.
Yeah.